Hey guys, it's Steven here with your Radio 104.5 Craftology. We have another beer of the week this week. We're here to talk about Troegs, and we have Matt from Troegs. How you doing today, Matt?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty good. So we're here to talk specifically about Mad Elf. It's your new season, well, not new, but it's a seasonal beer that you guys offer from October to December?
Correct. It's sort of a limited release holiday seasonal.
Gotcha.
So bottles are released every October, and draft we hold till about mid-November.
Okay.
But it's sort of to commemorate the oncoming holiday season. So it comes out in October, but I definitely recommend if you're interested in getting it to pick it up as soon as you can, because sometimes it doesn't last until like Christmas, because it is our fastest selling, most popular beer every October, November.
Yeah, when I think of Troegs, Mad Elf I think comes to my head first, like right away. I've tried other beers that you guys offer, but I haven't had Mad Elf yet. I've just heard a ton about it. I have a bunch of friends that are obsessed with it. They're the guys that go out there right away, pick it up in October, and they're getting cases of it.
Awesome.
But anyway, I want to start from the beginning. I want to start a little background information for you guys at home. So you guys started in 1997 in Hershey, PA, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Chris and John Troegner, they're brothers, natives of central Pennsylvania, Mechanicsburg. They opened the brewery in 97 in Harrisburg.
Gotcha.
So we were there up until 2 years ago when they built a new brewery in Hershey. It's actually right next to Hershey Park.
Oh, cool.
So it's a beautiful new state-of-the-art facility, all new equipment, tours 7 days a week. It's really a great time. I encourage anyone who's looking for something to do, definitely go check out the new brewery.
You can make a whole day out of it. You can go to Hershey itself, the park, and then go right to Troegs after and have a little after party.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the tours, you guys offer, looks like self-guided tours and guided tours and also tasting tours.
Correct. I mean, when they set up the brewery, they knew that since there's a lot of tourism in Hershey, they knew that a lot of people will be coming in.
Cool.
So they set up the brewery in a way that you can pretty much guide yourself around, grab a beer from the bar, walk around, and check out everything on your own. Now, if you do want a guided tour with an employee, get a little bit more in-depth knowledge, behind-the-scenes action. That is something you can schedule in advance online. They offer a few time slots every day.
Which is something I definitely recommend, because touring breweries is a really cool experience, especially if you've never done it before. I've done it a couple of times, and it's just like you see all the science that goes into making these beers, and it's so much. It's really cool.
Great. It's a great way to connect with the consumer and really just show them, how the beer is brewed and watch, sort of hands-on, watch how it's done.
Oh, yeah.
And the way our bar's set up, a lot of breweries where you drink at the bar is sort of closed off from the rest of the brewery. Mm-hmm. Ours, basically, the brewing tanks are right in front of your face.
Oh, cool.
So you can drink at the bar and watch the guys doing their thing, throwing in the hops, brewing the beer right in front of you.
It's like a How It's Made episode, but in front of your face.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Live.
Yep, it's like an open kitchen.
That's
and
awesome.
we do have food there too. It's actually one of our strongest points at the brewery is the food is just incredible. It's not your typical pub grub.
And I'm sure you guys have like some kind of food pairing with the beers. You probably know specifically what goes well.
Yeah, beer pairs with food so well.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different styles and ingredients and flavors that really any type of food you can pair a beer with it.
Awesome. And I also want to talk about now the two founding brothers, Chris and John Troegner. It looks like their name, they don't spell it the same way as Troegs, the brand. Is there a reason behind it?
Yes, correct. Troegs was sort of like their nickname. Okay. And then they combined Troegs, where the umlaut comes over the O and the actual E, because their name's Trogner. There's a Flemish word called Krog, and that means pub. So it's sort of a combination of their nickname and that Flemish word.
That's cool. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I know some people, if you don't know Troegs, they're confused. They think we're some sort of like foreign brewery because of the umlaut, like we're from we're Dutch or something.
Yeah, right.
That's not the case. Central PA.
Philly and local, pretty much. Well, not Philly, but very local. Now, speaking of local, you guys mainly distribute to the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah.
It looks like is it like 8 states?
We're in 8 states,
okay.
Yeah. The farthest west we go is Ohio, farthest north, Massachusetts, and the farthest south is Virginia.
Cool.
So, yeah, we focus primarily on local. Actually, last year they came out with a list of the 50 largest craft breweries in the country, and we were number 50.
Oh, wow.
Despite only being in 8 states.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I think that speaks volumes about how much loyalty there is in our local markets to really make us grow and succeed the way we have without really overextending ourselves and being in too many markets.
Well, and I feel like it really describes like a true craft brewery, only available in a certain amount of states.
Exactly.
That's kind of a limited thing.
That's the cool thing about craft beer. When we travel, if I'm going to California, I want to drink the local beers that I can't find where I live.
Exactly.
So beer is definitely neat in that regard. And
like I went to Hawaii one time, and I just tried like every beer they have, because obviously on the mainland you can't find any of that stuff. That's purely local, only available really there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of traveling, not just beer, but wine and food, anything really. You just want to experience their culture locally, and beer plays right into that.
Now, speaking of locally, you also have a huge list of events on your website. It looks like that happen all locally. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, and you guys have them like every other day.
Yeah, absolutely. If you go to Troegs.com, there's an events page, so it's organized by state. So anyone locally in Philadelphia, I'm always doing events. There's other Troegs employees who are doing bar events or tastings or beer festivals. There's always something to be able to check out some different Troegs offerings and some cool stuff that's going on.
Very nice. Now, I've had a few of your beers. I've had your IPA, your Hopback, your Pale Ale, and I think I've tried your Dreamweaver too. Can you maybe run me through like a quick lineup of what you actually offer?
Troegs has 6 year-round beers and 5 seasonals.
Okay.
The 6 year-rounds, the flagship is Hopback Amber.
Okay.
Then we have our Pale Ale, Perpetual IPA, which is fairly new. We just released it last summer, and is quickly becoming, one of our best-selling beers.
My roommate gets it every day. Like he's got a 6-pack in our fridge literally every day.
Awesome.
That's why I've tried it before.
I mean, IPAs are all the craze right now.
Yeah, I love
ours
IPAs.
in particular is doing really well, and I love it. I drink it every day too. So.
Very nice.
We also have Troegenator Double Bock.
I like the name.
Yes, yeah. Troegenator is one of our fan favorites. There's not many breweries that make a double bock.
Yeah, it's kind of rare.
Yeah. And we make ours year round. It just won us the gold medal for the 4th time at the Great American Beer Fest a few weeks ago.
That's definitely an accomplishment.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge following for that beer. And it's great this time of year, especially as it's a little chillier out. You start looking for something more robust and malty.
A little heavier.
Exactly. We also have Dreamweaver Wheat, which is a German style Hefeweizen. And we have Java Head, which is a coffee stout.
Oh, coffee stout. That's probably something I'd probably crack open in the morning. I don't know if I should, but I probably would. So what can you tell me about Mad Elf specifically?
Yeah, well, Mad Elf is our holiday seasonal.
Gotcha.
It's a Belgian triple that we brew with cherries, sort of a blend of both sour and sweet cherries, and we also use honey. So it's very unique. I know a lot of holiday beers are sort of spiced ales that use cinnamon, nutmeg, gingerbread, clove, all these spices that sort of remind you of holiday desserts. So we're pretty unique in the beer that we make. And it's, usually every year, one of the more popular holiday beers that comes out in the winter.
Yeah, that's the first thing I hear of every time if I'm at a bar, like during winter time. They're like, oh, we got Mad Elf on tap, or, have you tried Mad Elf
Yeah,
yet,
it creates a bit of a frenzy at times.
My friends are always like cracking one open, but I have personally not tried one yet, so this is my first tasting. So I'm pretty excited for it. So I think we should check it out.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Let's get a little sniff test going on. I would say I smell cherries right away off the top.
Yeah, big notes of cherry. There's a lot of sweetness up front. A lot of the flavors generated from the unique Belgian yeast strain that's in it.
Interesting.
Sort of gives it a fruity and spicy note throughout.
That's exactly what I taste right now. Yeah.
It's a little bit tart from the cherries, and then more sweetness from the honey, and you might get a subtle chocolate note from the chocolate malts that we put in there.
Yeah, very subtle, not too intense, which I like, because a lot of the seasonal beers are very chocolatey or whatever it may be, and this is kind of the perfect mix. Just
enough to sort of boost the malt profile to sort of balance out the sweetness from the cherries and honey.
That is delicious.
And it's 11% alcohol, so it's
11%. Wow.
It's warming. You can get definitely a sense of that alcohol, but I feel like it's deceivingly strong because I don't know about you, but I think it drinks pretty easily.
It does. That's one thing I wanted to bring up, is because when I think of like 9% beers and higher, like you taste the alcohol right away. That's the first thing
some of them feel overly boozy.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely hits you like, wow, you can only drink one.
This is very like smooth. It's really not. I really don't taste the alcohol in it, which is nice. It's a very refreshing thing.
Yep.
And I'm glad that I ate my breakfast. 11% alcohol. Hopefully, I'm not drunk after this.
I think you'd be fine, but yeah, it's definitely something that you want to slowly enjoy. Slowly appreciate, sip it. I think it goes great with a lot of desserts. I'm thinking cheesecake or a cherry pie or something
Cherry pie
over the
makes
holidays.
complete sense because of that cherry taste you get.
It really, I think, embodies the essence of the holiday season. It's great to, be enjoyed with friends and family. And for a lot of people, it's something to look forward to every year. As sort of the weather changes, it starts getting colder. You start getting excited for the holiday season.
For Mad Elf.
And for Mad Elf, of course. It makes great gifts for people.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, it comes in several packages. So if you're looking to get it for yourself or get it as a gift, it comes in 6-packs, full cases, 22-ounce bottles, and we also have 3-liter bottles. 3 liter. Yep.
Wow.
Big boys.
That is a giant boy.
I wouldn't recommend drinking it by yourself.
That's something you want to bring to like a party for several friends,
exactly.
not for yourself. And the 22 ounce is a pretty nice thing to have because
that's great.
It's kind of like the perfect amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much all you should probably drink in a sitting.
In one sitting, for sure. Now, this is also available on draft coming up, right?
Yeah, draft. Bottles were released in October.
Okay.
We hold the draft until about mid-November.
Very nice.
So if
you're
looking
more
to get bottles of it, I would get them as soon as you can before they run out.
They fly off the shelf.
Yeah, they definitely do. It's our fastest selling beer.
Wow.
Even though it's a holiday beer, it's usually sold out like well before Christmas.
Very interesting.
So hold on to the beer once you get it if you're looking to crack it open.
Stock up while you guys can.
Absolutely.
Go right now to the bar.
And the beer ages really well.
Does it?
As well, yeah. A lot of people hold on to it, age it 6 months to a year, even 2 or 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the flavor changes a bit. It becomes a little less sweet.
Okay.
The cherries sort of diminish a bit. It becomes more well-rounded. Some of the malts come through a little better. It's really cool to see the difference between an aged Mad Elf and a fresh one.
Gotcha.
So yeah, a lot of beers nowadays you can age them, put them away, and it's cool to see how distinctively different they are with some age. Sort of like wine.
And comparison tests would be pretty nice to do. Like maybe
drink it side by side.
Yeah,
grab a fresh bottle, open up a bottle that you stored away, and drink them side by side to really analyze the differences.
That would be a pretty cool test to do. I actually want to do that myself.
Yeah, it's fun, and a lot of bars are doing it now too. We'll give them multiple kegs. They'll hold on to a keg, and then come the winter, they'll put on both side by side.
Interesting. I wonder if they tell people which one.
I think they should at least.
Yeah, they should. I definitely agree on that.
Or they'll like hold on to it and do like a Christmas in July party or something.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's fun beer. We love it, and hopefully everyone out there who's interested in drinking it can get their hands on it.
Yeah, for sure. And you guys can pick it up anywhere, really. I mean, your local retailer, distributor, your local bar on tap coming up. So definitely check this beer out. And before we end this, I do want to talk about also the packaging or the labeling. Labeling is pretty crazy. If you guys can see this, it's literally a picture of like a Mad Elf. It's whoever designed this, I think, really had something. Yeah,
we take a lot of pride in all our artwork. For actually all our beer labels, I think, have really cool artwork.
It's like a Grinch-looking elf.
Yeah,
and the actual font is pretty trippy as well.
Yeah, it definitely catches your eye when you're walking down the beer aisle.
Oh yeah,
it definitely stands out.
Christmas colors or holiday covers.
Yep,
colors. We got green, red, all kinds of stuff. We got the crazy spiral in the background behind the Mad Elf.
Yeah, it's an iconic image for us, and one of those labels that people definitely relate to.
Oh yeah, for sure. So let's see, and it's available till when?
Until it runs out at the store.
But till December, I would say mid-December.
Yeah,
or?
Probably cases will probably be gone by the beginning of December.
Gotcha.
And then draft will be around pretty much the entire month of second half of November, the entire month of December, and going into January.
Hopefully, as long as your bar doesn't run out.
Yeah,
your local bar.
It depends on how quickly people drink it.
Yeah, right. So guys, definitely check out Mad Elf. I mean, pick it up as soon as you can because this stuff flies off the shelf. And go to your local bar and fill up your growler with it or something because it's something that you want to check out ASAP. Or store it for next year, or 2 or 3 years down the road and do a comparison test, whatever it may be. But I want to thank you for coming in today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And so again, check out some Mad Elf and cheers, sir.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Go drink Troegs.
Yeah.